Let's talk about artificial intelligence. It's moving at this absolutely dizzying pace, and it really feels like it's going to reshape our entire world. But what does that really mean? Is it a promise of incredible new innovation, or is it a one-way ticket to widespread disruption? We're going to dig into the data behind two of the biggest questions at the heart of the AI revolution and see if we can find some answers.
So, let's just get right to it. The question that is on pretty much everyone's mind. Is AI coming for my job? Because, this isn't some sci-fi hypothetical anymore. For a lot of people, it's already becoming a reality. And get this, a recent paper from Stanford uncovered a really startling statistic. Ever since late 2022, which you'll notice is right around when all those generative AI tools went mainstream, well, employment for young software developers has dropped by almost 20%. The researchers are actually calling this a potential canary in the coal mine. That first little warning sign of a much, much bigger shift on the horizon.
Okay, so to really understand why this is happening, we first have to wrap our heads around the incredible, just breakneck speed of the technology that's powering this whole revolution. It is unlike almost anything we have ever seen before.
To put this into perspective, just look at something like Apple's computer chips. Back in November 2020, they launched the M1, and it was a huge leap forward. Now, by late 2025, we're looking at the M5. We're not just talking about a minor little update here, this is a blistering pace of innovation. And this is exactly the kind of raw power that's fueling the AI revolution. So what does that pace actually mean in real terms? Well, it means that in just 5 years, the raw performance of these chips has pretty much doubled. And that is the kind of exponential growth that makes AI more capable and, honestly, more accessible every single day. So, with that kind of power, is the story all doom and gloom? Is it just about job loss? Well, not if you ask many people inside the tech industry. They see a totally different future, one where AI doesn't just take away jobs, but actually creates brand new kinds of opportunities. This quote right here, from Amazon Web Services, it really captures that optimistic view perfectly. The whole argument is that AI is this incredible tool that can accelerate what's possible and fundamentally change what an entry-level job even looks like. AWS points to these 5 high-growth fields as prime examples. Their argument is that while AI might automate the boring, routine stuff, it actually frees up junior employees to tackle way more complex, innovative work right from day one. I mean, think about it. Turning what used to take weeks of manual work into valuable insights you can get in a few hours. And this brings us to the central conflict, right? On one hand, you have the promise of AI-augmented work, making these high-skilled jobs more accessible. But on the other hand, you have the peril, the hard data showing a significant decline in jobs and a disproportionate impact on young people. So, how can both of these things be true at the same time? Well, the answer seems to lie in a really crucial distinction that those Stanford researchers point out. It's not about whether a job uses AI, it's all about how AI is being used in that job.
And that brings us to these two key ideas: automation versus augmentation. See, automation is when AI does a task instead of a person. It's a replacement. But augmentation, that's when AI helps a person do their task better or faster or more creatively. And that one little distinction, it changes everything.
And guess what? The data backs this up big time. The Stanford study found that in jobs where AI is mostly used to automate tasks, employment for young workers has gone down. It's the exact same pattern we saw with the software developers. But now, look what happens in jobs where AI is being used to augment human workers. The whole thing flips on its head. The data shows that employment for young people in these roles is actually growing. So maybe the threat isn't AI itself, but how we, as a society, decide to use it. But how we use AI at work is only one part of the story. There's another, much more personal side to all this. It's about the very fuel that makes these AI systems run in the first place: our data. This line from Forbes really just says it all. You've probably heard that phrase, data is the new gold. And it's true. Every time we click or search or scroll, we are generating this incredible resource. But the lines around who actually owns it and what they're allowed to do with it are getting blurrier by the day.
And look, this isn't some abstract, far-off concept. It is happening on our phones, right now. For example, Facebook has started asking users for continuous, ongoing access to their entire phone camera roll. And the reason they give? To offer suggestions for AI restyling.
And if you dare to dig into the actual terms of service, it gets even more specific.
Meta flat out states it can analyze the images you give it, and they explicitly mention facial features. This just raises these profound questions about our privacy and what we're really signing away when we just mindlessly click agree.
Okay, so we've seen the promise and the peril. We've gone from the job market all the way to our own personal data. The real question is, what do we do now? How do we navigate all of this? Is there a path forward that lets us harness all the good stuff while protecting ourselves from the bad?
Well, Forbes actually lays out a pretty clear ethical framework. It starts with getting truly informed consent. No more hiding the important stuff in confusing legal jargon. It means upholding security, committing to unbiased analysis, and, this is a big one, empowering users with control, including the right to be forgotten.
And really, this is what it all comes down to. Ethics can't just be an afterthought. It can't be some compliance checkbox you tick off. It has to be the very foundation of everything we build. Wielding this incredible power with integrity, that is the real test for building a future that we actually want to live in. At the end of the day, the story of AI isn't written yet. Its impact is not some predetermined fate that we just have to accept. From the code we write, to the policies we create, to the terms of service we agree to, the future of AI is really just a long series of choices. So the question we're all left with is, how are we going to choose to shape it?